What's going on, everyone? It's Marcellus back with another video. Today, we got to talk about whether or not Luna Classic is preparing for another pump soon. And this could be big because we already did a nice little pump when Binance made their little announcement on the whole 1.2% burn. But this could be a whole nother thing in itself, and we are preparing for that. So definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter, retweet my tweets for Luna Classic, trying to push that message out there to get Luna Classic posted on Coinbase and listed on there. So definitely go ahead and retweet those tweets I got out there. And also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, go ahead and do that too. I'll be making posts about Luna Classic there as well. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice. Let's get straight to it. So let's talk about Luna Classic and how we are preparing for this next pump. So first of all, we know what happened the last time we had a nice little pump for Luna Classic. And that last time we had that nice little pump was because of Binance and what they mentioned about Luna Classic and the 1.2% burn. So way back here, we had that nice little pump here on the 26th of September. And ever since then, we've been having these mini pumps preparing for the same thing to happen again. So you can see here, we had a nice little mini pump here. It went all the way back here from 259, around 259.26, somewhere around there, all the way up until about 295, right? And then after that little mini pump that we had another one over here. And then we just keep having these nice little pumps. And then another one more recently today. And that happened all the way from here from 286. And it actually sent us pumping all the way up to 308, almost up to 31. And we actually got rejected here at this 308 resistance. So what we need to do here in Luna Classic is pass this resistance. So we pulled back just a little bit to build this momentum here. And now you can still see it preparing to break past this resistance barrier up there. So the green areas here are supply and demand of more demand. It shows we have more demand, and we have a high activity expected area here for institutional investors in dark pools, as well as the large whales as well. So we're getting the pump here, and we're getting all this push from here with the more demand, right? And now we're getting pushed all the way up here to this red bar, which is less demand for our supply and demand. Now, notice how the second we start getting closer to this red bar here, you're starting to see these candlesticks, they're starting to grow. They're starting to grow a lot. So I think we actually might have the possibility to push past 308, right? And get past 31. And then once we do that, now we got to look at where we're going to be going right after that. So right after this 3-1 area, the next resistance that we're really looking for here with Luna Classic is all the way up here at 324. So 324 will be that next area, 324, top side being around 327. But still, I think we can get past these areas. It's really nothing. This is only the 5-minute chart. So mind you, this is a very short-term chart. Now, the 15-minute chart, when you actually look at the 15-minute chart, look at the oscillator when you're looking at this. So the oscillator here is on the bottom side. And pretty much what the oscillator is telling us is the amount of buying and selling that's coming in. Notice how all this purchasing back here with this large pump that we had in Luna Classic, that was all overbought pressure, right? So we had to have some selling to pull back and build that momentum back up. That's why we pulled back to the green area that has supply and demand of more demand, because we had to build that momentum back up. But now as we're building that momentum, you can see here on the oscillator going back up to the upside, going for some more buying. Now that we built that momentum back up, we're about to start getting some more buying coming back in to the market. So you're actually seeing here on the oscillator how it's going up, and now the selling is stopping. This red wave is now deleting itself, turning into a green wave. After that green wave is now coming into fruition, now we're going to see that green wave actually building up into something. So we could actually pass this 3-8 area or 308 area and then pass 3-1 and then get all the way up to where we're trying to get to at 319 and then eventually at the top side here at 327. So these are two major resistance areas. It has way less demand in this area, way less demand for our supply and demand. So it's going to be a little bit harder to get past it. But that's what I was talking about here. Luna Classic is preparing to get past this. That's why you keep seeing these pullbacks after our large pumps, and we're building momentum every single time. And notice how after every single pump, we have a minor little pullback here. After every single pump here that we've had minor pullbacks. But every single time these minor pullbacks happen, we always bounce back even stronger. So what I'm seeing here now is this pullback here. If we can bounce back stronger, we can get past these areas that we're looking at here. We can get past the 3-2 area. We can get past the 3-3-5 area. And these areas are significant for our resistance. So we need to get past these two areas. And once we do that, you will see Luna Classic probably becoming bullish after that. So that's all we need to do here with Luna Classic. And on top of all that, if you're to go all the way up here, we also have another major resistance area for Luna Classic. And that's all the way up here at 373. So after we can pass the 335 area, we can get to 373. So yes, Luna Classic is preparing for a major pump, and right now we're just having these ups and downs, but ultimately we're always winning back on the upside here. When you look at the 4 hour chart, you can see the same thing happening here. We did get rejected on the 26th, but now we built that momentum back up, and now we're back where we were at on the 26th. So now we're back at that same area, and this kind of looks like a smiley face. But yeah, we're kind of back at that same area now. So now that we're back at that same area, look at how it's saying moderate activity. That's moderate activity for institutional interest in dark pools. Let me go ahead and take off all these drawings. So look, when you look at that, that's moderate activity for institutional interest in dark pools. When we pulled back here, you can actually see when we hit this high activity area, it was high buying activity, which led us upwards. So hopefully this is moderate buying activity and not moderate selling activity, because it could be either one. But look, hopefully this is moderate buying activity, because if it is, then we're definitely going to become bullish and get up here to this high activity area. Now, hopefully this high activity is also high buying activity. So we have a lot of hope to go off of. But when you actually look at the oscillator here, you can still see it's kind of like the 15-minute chart where we go down here on the selling volume, and now watch how it curves up. It's curving upwards because now buying is about to come in. So whenever you see that red wave curving upwards, that means it's turning into a buying wave. So yes, it looks like we're about to become bullish here with Lunar Classic. So we just have to wait. And honestly, I really feel like this bull run could be what brings Lunar Classic back up to the 6-0 area. Now, don't just go throwing in all your money because you hear me saying that I think it's going to go up there, because it can quite possibly not even do this and pull all the way back down. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. No one can be 100% sure on what it's going to do. So if you hear people talking about how it's going to get back up here, don't just throw your life savings in it because of what other people said. You got to do your own due diligence, and you got to have your own. You got to have your own strategy here, because not everybody's trading the same. Me personally, I'm a short-term trader when it comes to Luna Classic personally. So when it comes to Luna Classic, what I'm doing, I'll buy in, I'll watch it go up a little bit, let it run up, and then sell it. And then if it goes back down, cool. I'll buy it when it goes back down and then run it back up. If it doesn't, cool. I just missed out on an opportunity to get more money on there. But if you're a long-term holder, none of this should be affecting you, because if you're a long-term holder. But you got to choose which one you want to do for you. Nobody can really choose that for you, because if you were to just go off of what other people say, then you're going off of their opinions. And my personal opinion for Luna Classic, it has huge potential. But after what I've seen the first time, I'm gonna stay a little bit back, and I want to see some growth from Luna Classic, and then that's gonna, give me the signal to go all in. But I'm seeing a good signal here, and it's definitely looking like it's on the bullish side. So I think there's huge potential here with Luna Classic. But always with anything in crypto, you want to be safe. You never want to put in more than you're willing to lose. That's always a good strategy. But yeah, I'm definitely seeing like this is just a weird pattern. Also, like you see this huge green candlestick, all that buying on the 26th, and then you see it kind of curve down. But the fact that we had such good support here, did not want to go below 265, and now you're seeing it going back up to where it was before. I think we're about to move for the next leg up here in Luna Classic. So that's just what I think personally. Anyways, let me know what you all think inside the comments. Let me know if you think it's going to go down or up from here. But hey, we always talk about what's going to happen if it's bullish. We also got to talk about what happens if we become bearish inside of Luna Classic. So if this is a bearish movement for Luna Classic, then that means Luna Classic would get rejected here if it was bearish at 308, right? It would get rejected at 308 and go back down to that 2.9 support. But notice how we hit the 2.9 support here, and we kind of hit it here. So since we hit it at both of those areas, then what I'm predicting is not stopping at about 296 on the bearish move. And if it is bearish, you'll probably see it going to the lower side of 2.9 at 2.9 flat, possibly even going down to these areas down here. Now, if we continue to go down to these high activity to low activity areas, the lowest I would see it going is 272 before having another rise to try to build momentum back up. Or maybe it stops here at the bottom of this one at 282. But either way, there's high activity expected in the area. And if it goes any lower, then that's where we have low activity expected. So, pretty much what this is saying, if Luna Classic were to stop in this area here, then we would probably bounce back up and redeem ourselves and get back to where we were previously. But if Luna Classic were to go all the way down here, well, then we have way lower activity and people are less likely to try to build it back up. And they're probably going to end up selling it and trying to buy at a better price as it goes down. So you got to follow what these different signals are telling us. If we were to continue to pump here, then that's bullish. But if we were to get rejected here and then pull all the way back, then that's bearish. If we were to pull all the way back before we even had those pumps and stop here and then start to continue to pump from there, that's bullish. But if you were to continue to pull back all the way down here to that 272 area, then that's bearish because then we have that low activity. So we got to watch out for all of these different indicators. But what I'm really looking at here is the oscillator. The oscillator is telling us that it's becoming bullish. And that's because this red buy or this red selling wave is now going to the upside, indicating that buying is about to come back in. And you can start seeing it actually here. The buying is starting to come back in. So hopefully this can be a big buying wave and not just a small one, because it could be like back here. You see this buying wave that I'm highlighting here on the oscillator. This was a very small buying wave, as well as this one, as well as this one. So if the same thing happens here and we just get a small buying wave, then that's just going to pull back and we're going to get rejected here and it's going to go back down to 291. So this is pretty much what we got to watch out for. Remember, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Let me know what you all think about this. Let me know if you think that is going to continue to go down or go up from here, because it's very hard to tell. But from the oscillators telling us, we are getting buying coming back in. But let's look at a few other things. Luna Classic is up 10.4% for the day, so it's not too far-fetched for it to do a little bit of a pullback, and you can kind of see that happening now. But it looks like we're topping out twice here. Let's see if we can get back above that resistance now. Also, the burning, is slowing down a little bit. We just gotta wait till the third, and we're gonna have to wait to some more confirmations from Binance, and then we should see some more speeding up of the burns. But yeah, they have came to a little bit of a halt since the 23rd of September, and it's kind of been trading sideways from there with the burns. But like I said, we gotta wait till the third. We gotta wait till Binance releases some more news, and we got to wait until maybe Coinbase, because Coinbase should be listing us soon, and I'll probably make a whole video on that on my other channel about Coinbase relisting Luna Classic. But anyways, this is all I got for you all today. Definitely hit that like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I'll keep you all updated on this on there. And also go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I'll also keep you updated on there. And as always, I'll be back with another video.